Donald Trump. He tops the latest Fox poll with 18% of the vote. I spoke with Fox News contributor Tammy Bruce about him earlier today. Listen to this.
Trump intrigues me, and I think he's very interesting. And now we know with his financial disclosures that he's not a blowhard when it comes to money and what he's accomplished. But the media always says that about somebody that they're especially frightened of. And that also intrigues me, that the media is that frightened of Trump.
All right, let's get to National Review's David Paul Kuhn, who watches the media and watches politics very, very carefully. You come from the media, don't you?
I do.
Politico?
Politico, Real Clear Politics.
So are you on the left or what?
I call it like I see it.
I don't care. Are you on the left or what?
I'm not. I call it like I see it. Ask me a question, you can judge for yourself.
Okay, what do you think of Trump?
I think he's a Republican nightmare.
Okay.
And the reason he's a Republican nightmare, it's really this simple. He could go third party. If he goes third party, Republicans have no chance of winning the presidency.
Come on, back up a little bit. Okay. He's a long way away from going the third party route at this stage, isn't he?
I don't think so. I think he now sees that he actually is popular. He has a huge following. His ceiling and floor are about equal. He's not going to get much more popular, but I'm not sure he's not going to drop off the radar like we saw in the last presidential primary. And I would say that if Trump goes third party, what will happen is he will win white working-class voters from Republicans and consolidate Hispanics for Democrats. He will be Ross Perot, but good on television. He is a nightmare for the GOP.
Well, the premise is that he goes the third-party route. Now, supposing he doesn't go the third-party route, he just stays in the race among Republicans, he's going to be a big upset in the forthcoming debate early next month. You still say he's a nightmare for Republicans?
So let's say he doesn't go third-party. Then he matters because he influences the race. He's not going to be the Republican nominee. But the question is, he takes away, how does Ted Cruz respond? He takes away Ted Cruz's energy. Yep. Even Rand Paul, an anti-Washington sentiment, that gravitates to Trump. Jeb Bush can look more presidential. Jeb Bush can look more moderate, but yet still show sympathy for the sentiments behind Trump's populism. Yep. So for Jeb Bush, he's a blessing, and for Ted Cruz, he's definitely a negative, a drawback.
Look, if you've got a background in politics, and I know you have, politics and media, fair enough, don't you find it a little bit refreshing? Okay, you don't like what Donald Trump's saying, but he's going right at it. He's very clean-cut. You know exactly what the man is saying, and he doesn't back down, and people like that. Don't you have some admiration for that?
I think, not only do I have admiration for that, but I think that's what the political media is missing. The fact is that Trump, is not all resentment. Trump is truth to them. If the most important finding in the recent Fox News poll is that 59% of Republicans said Trump has guts.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know what?
Yeah.
People loved George Wallace, not just because of race issues, but because they felt he called it like you see it, that he had guts. They loved Ross Perot.
But Ronald Reagan.
And that's what I was about to get to. Ronald Reagan and Richard Nixon won the presidency because they took that third party, outside Washington energy, and they consolidated it into their movement. And that's the lesson for the Republican candidates. I'm not sure that they're going to be able to heed that lesson.
All right, David Paul Kuhn, thank you very much for joining us. We do appreciate it. Come back, okay?
Thank you.
All right.
He wrote The Art of the Deal. Now he's offering a deal to make America great again. That's what Trump's campaign is all about, and the crowds love it.
The American dream is dead, but I'm going to make it bigger and stronger and better than ever before, right? Right?
That's something Trump says Jeb won't do.
I watch Jeb Bush. I think it's pathetic what's going on. His stance on Common Core. He's in favor of Washington educating your children. His weak stance on immigration. He said it's an act of love. I mean, what kind of stuff is that? That's baby stuff.
And Trump's no baby. He built a billion-dollar empire in real estate because, he says, he's got the art of the deal down pat. He cuts and shuffles, and when the heat is on, Trump plays to win.
Are you considering at all, since you're getting heat from every single direction, is there any chance you'll get out of the race with this?
No, I love it. I'm bringing to fore and getting a lot of credit for it lots of different elements that are very important. We have incompetent leadership. We have leaders that don't know anything about negotiating. We're getting killed by China. We're getting killed by Mexico. We are a bunch of very, very foolishly led people.
Trump's right. Incompetent leadership. That's why Americans have dropped out of politics. Not out of apathy, but out of disgust. Trump wants to change that.
I tell about the bad deals that this country's making. Mexico I respect the country. They're taking our jobs. They're taking our manufacturing. They're taking our money. They're taking everything, and they're killing us on the border. And Mexico does not like it. So remember this. Don't worry, we'll take our country back very soon.
And Trump's all about USA, USA, USA. He's an American exceptionalist. He wants to make America great again, but with the Pentagon at the center.
Our military has to be strengthened. We have to be, we've never been in trouble like this. The world hates us.
But Donald, it's because our weak military has wrought so much destruction around the globe that the world hates us. The world hates Israel too, but not Trump.
My name is Donald Trump, and I'm a big fan of Israel. And frankly, a strong prime minister is a strong Israel. And you truly have a great prime minister. In Benjamin Netanyahu, there's nobody like him.
And there's nobody who could win an election if Jews aren't swayed. Enter Trump's daughter, Ivanka, who's married to Jewish real estate mogul Jared Kushner, who's got startup investments in Israel. No penny anti-marriage here. Ivanka married into the mega-billionaire Kushner family, who stamps a Jewish imprint on New Jersey politics. She converted to Judaism, and Trump's grandkids are Jews. They all keep kosher. Doesn't stop there. Trump's son Eric is married to Inside Edition's Jewish TV producer Laurie Anaska. Their kosher marriage was sealed under a crystal chuppah. And Trump's got a chuppah portfolio with millions invested in those tech startups in Israel. That's a special bond that can serve him well. For once his anti-immigration and lousy leaders plays out, he'll have to reach into his deck of cards. He's got a trump card sure to please the Jews, a joker writ large with, "I'm a big fan of Israel." Without it, even Trump folds up.